The Oodie was started by Davie Fogarty, an entrepreneur who scaled this to a $600 million brand and soon became a shark on Shark Tank Australia. The brand pulls in massive traffic, but their welcome sequence has some clear gaps. Today, I'm tearing down Oodie's welcome email and redesigning it from scratch to fix those leaks and boost conversions. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see, I'm in Figma right now and I've got the welcome email of Oodie in front of me. And as you may be able to tell, it's quite a poorly designed email. Firstly, the discount code looks absolutely horrible with these random characters right here. And then in the bridge section of the email, it literally just repeats the discount code and offer. It doesn't provide any new value or any new information at all. And then we go straight to the links for the different categories, which is fine. And then it goes straight to the footer. So as you can see, it's a pretty short email. There's not a lot of information about the brand. And the whole point of a welcome email and a welcome series is to actually welcome them into your brand. So yes, you can have an offer in the hero section, but also within the rest of the email, you need to be able to provide value about your brand. You need to be able to provide information about your brand, some benefits, and maybe a note from the founder. And this email has none of that. So what I'm going to do for you guys now is get straight into the redesign. Real quick, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sodik Patel, and I help e-commerce brands generate more revenue through email and SMS marketing. So if you're a brand who needs help with email or SMS at all, please reach out to me. All my links will be in the description. So now that we're back in Figma, what I'm going to do is firstly create a frame for our email. So what I do is select the frame tool and just draw out a frame, make it 600 pixels, and I'm just going to make this frame stretch down all the way to the bottom so it's long. The next thing that I usually like to do is find a very clean hero image. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see, I found a really nice image that I'm going to use. What I did was remove the background using this background remover tool. And now I'm just going to paste in the image like this. And so this is without the background. Now for the background, I'm actually going to use the same blue as they did in the original email because it seems to be the brand's colors. And we're just going to make the hero section text look a lot better. So first I'm going to draw out this rectangle. And then we're going to give it the same fill. So now that we have the background color in, what I'm going to do is put the logo in. All right, so I've put the logo in, and as you can see, I have left the logo section the same as it is in the previous email, just so that it gives a little bit more separation to the hero section. And now for the hero section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this text in for the offer, but I'm actually going to leave this free shipping on orders over 50 out because we've already given them a good incentive to buy, which is 15% off. So we don't actually need to value stack right at the top of the email. We can put this later on in the email. All right, so I'm done with the hero section, and as you can see, it's looking a lot better than what it was before. I have tidied up all the text at the top, so it reads, "Welcome to the Oodie, here's 15% off." And I've redesigned the button a bit, made it look a lot cleaner, and put the discount code underneath the button. So for this, I've used a very common technique called the reverse pyramid structure, where as you can see, this line of text is pretty wide, and then as you go lower, it gets narrower and then narrower, like just like a pyramid. And so essentially, what this does is it funnels the viewer's eyes right to the call to action button. And this is exactly what we want to get the most clicks to drive the customers back to our website in order to make the sale. And then I've also cleaned up the discount code, as you can see. So instead of this random string of characters, it's a simple welcome 15 at checkout. And you can set it on your backend in Shopify so that this is a one-time discount code that you can only use once per customer. And that way you prevent the abuse of it. And now what we're going to do is create a bridge section. So for this bridge section, what we want to do is find some information about the brand, whether that be a note from the founder, or that be some benefits or testimonials, anything really to introduce the reader to our brand. So I'm on the about section of the website and I found a piece of text which I can use and spin up and say that Davie Fogarty wrote this himself, and it will be like a personal message from the founder. All right, I've done the bridge section now, and what we have is a little personal note from Davie, the founder of the brand, as it says at the bottom. And I've put a picture of him in the email as well, just in case anyone recognizes him. It adds a lot of credibility to the email and the brand itself, which makes them more likely to buy. And I've added another call to action button underneath this as well. So before we go into the product categories, what I'm going to do is include a testimonial section just to break the email up. Then what we're going to do is have the product categories and links to go to those product categories. And lastly, we can finish the email off with the footer. So let's make that testimonial section now. So now I've added the testimonial into the email. As you can see, it breaks up the email very nicely. And now we can move on to adding the product categories. And I chose to add the testimonial section in orange just so that it stands out a bit more and your eyes are drawn to it. Now, I actually do think that the way they've presented all the different categories actually works really well. So what I'm going to do is just copy this over into my email. So I've copied this section in now, and what we can do is create the footer for this email. And in the footer, we're actually going to tell them about the free shipping, and we're going to keep the links really simple. We're going to have a shop all link, we're going to have a contact us link, links to FAQs, and any other thing that might be relevant to the customer besides the product categories, because we've covered that pretty well. And after that is done, the email is good to go. All right, so I'm done with the footer section now, and I've included the free shipping on orders here, as you can see in a banner, so it's clear to see. I've got shop all, size guide, FAQ, and contact us links, so they can go back to the store if they need to. I've got social media links, and I've got the uh, store icon again. And when you upload this into your email software, the email software will automatically handle all the compliance stuff, so the unsubscribe link and things like that. So in terms of design, we don't really need to worry about that. So here is the final email side by side. As you can see, our email looks a lot more exciting than theirs. What I'm going to do is just reduce the space a bit by moving this up. There we go. As I go through this email, I can tell that some of the sections do have harsh transitions, and I want to make it so that it fits in with the theme of this cloud, because that's the whole theme around the brand, and that's one of their big sort of design elements. So what we're going to do is just simply recreate this and put it within our email so that it matches the brand. So to do this, I'm going to create a circle using the ellipse tool, and we're going to fill in this circle with the same color as our background here, and literally just layer this so that it looks like a cloud. And we're going to change the size of a few of them. So now I've added that cloud effect to this section, and it's looking pretty good. What I'm going to do is move the rest of the email up just a bit to fill that space, and I'm going to see where else I can add this effect. So I've done that now, and the cloud effect doesn't really fit anywhere else within the email, but that's fine because the rest of the email looks good. There's no harsh transitions per se, and everything is looking decent. So this is a side-by-side comparison. I think I'm going to leave it there. So as you can see, the hero section, very much revamped. We've got different size text. Everything's a lot clearer. Then we move down to the bottom, and as you can see, we've got a very nice, appealing section about how the brand started, versus in the old email, we've got a lot of text here, which doesn't really add any value to the reader. And you've got a nice picture of the founder, and then another call to action button. And then you've got the testimonial section here, which just adds some more credibility and social proof. Then we've got the category links, and then the nice looking footer. So compare this footer to how the previous footer looked. The previous footer looked absolutely horrible. No one wants to read that. And there's no links in the footer to take you back to the store. Whereas this one has got a lot of links, like shop all link to take you to all the categories. Then we've got a size guide, frequently asked questions, and contact us. And then we've got some social icons to take you to different social media of the brand. And that is the end of the email. So that is how you turn a poorly designed welcome email into a money printing machine for your brand. And if you're an e-commerce brand founder and you need help with your email marketing, you can book in a discovery call meeting with me, and I can audit your brand and find out where the leaks are and what the areas of improvement are, and then we can walk through how to fix it for you. And my agency's link and all the Calendly links will be in the description. And if you have any suggestions of brands that you want to see in videos like these, where I do live teardowns of emails and redesigns, make sure you put them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.